Hey everyone, Once Bitten here with the Battle Report. So I'm going to a tournament this next weekend. So this last weekend I put together a 3,000 point list and got a couple games in just to see how I would like it. I also spent all last week painting this army because for the tournament there's a lot of points for being painted. And this week I would need to continue painting, so I needed to make a decision whether or not I wanted to take my Beastmen or to stick with my already painted Bretonians. So anyway, somebody was available with 3,000 points in a very interesting vampire accounts list. I was in a hurry that day, and he was in the middle of a game, so we decided to do dawn attack, and I would just go ahead and set up first while I was waiting on him. So on the far right, 5 Ungor Raiders. The proxied model there with the Dragon Ogre is actually a Razor Gore chariot. Then I've got Tuskor chariot, 50 Gore with extra hand weapons, some Harpies behind him, two level 2s, both with Shadow, one with a Herdstone, the other one with a Chalice of Dark Rain. Now what that does, it's a one use only. During the shooting phase, all shooting attacks are -1 to hit, and if you don't use a ballistic skill to do it, you can only shoot on a 4-up. Didn't really affect anything this game though. Another Tuskor chariot, another big block of Gores. In there I've got a Battle Standard Bearer with a 4 board save, as well as my Great Brave Shaman. He's front row, fourth from the left, who's got level 4 Lore of Beasts and 4 board save and Crown of Command. Behind them are Harpies, Razor Gore to the left, and then my Doombull with the 1-up rerollable armor save, which gives him extra attacks with the Sword of Always Strike First. And then way over here, again, this is dawn attack, so where my units went was kind of not always up to me. These are my Bestigors. That's a fungus forest directly in front of them, and I didn't want them getting stopped by stupidity, so I just put them in that formation to go around the forest. So this is starting on my far right. He's got a unit of skeletons with a character that's a wraith, and they've got a banner so they can always march. Then he's got 3 more wraiths, 2 corpse carts, a unit of Grave Guard there in the middle. That has his general in there, and I know he's got like the +2 to cast every spell, as well as the Black Parapet, if that's how you pronounce it. Whatever else he has, I just don't remember. But you know, he's got a. I know that in his list he automatically got 2 extra power dice and +2 to cast, or something like that. And if I'm butchering the vampire list, forgive me. It might just be 2 extra power dice per turn. Anyway, there's some spirit hosts next to him. Behind them are some zombies. Next to the zombies, the big ghoul unit with the battle standard bearer with the regen banner, a couple necromancers, 1 each in the front corners, and then, sorry for the blurry picture, a big unit of skeletons with another vampire, as well as the banshee. And I thought it was a very interesting build. The banshee did not go with the wraiths. It was here in this unit. So behind them, by the way, he's got a black coach as well as a Vargolf. You'll see a better picture of that later. So he has at least 4 units on the board that cause terror. So every time he declares a charge, I'll have to take a terror test. And he's got a lot of ethereal units. And I think pretty smart list he put together. So there's a close-up. The black coach really hurts my magic phase. And you know, get that thing flying and ethereal, and it's going to be really tough to deal with. And I noticed right from the beginning of this game, the big problem I have is my list isn't designed to handle ethereal. I just don't have a counter for it. I think my Doombull is the only thing with any magical attacks. So he rolled a 6, and so he actually got to go first. So he zoomed ahead, as you can see. It looks something like that. And then we go to Beastman turn 1. I don't exactly zoom ahead. I do zoom ahead with my Doombull. I would like to get him in with the ghouls. And I know he's going to issue challenges and just keep my guy tied up for a while, but as long as I get to do enough wounds so that I can win combat, I'll be very happy if he can just tie up that unit forever. Eventually, I'll just, when I charge in, I'll just make sure I get next to his battle standard bearer, so eventually I'm going to be able to attack that guy. So that's my plan for dealing with the ghouls. Otherwise, I'm pretty much just kind of hanging back. It looks like that. And one reason I'm doing it is I'm hoping to get some Pit of Shade spells off and weaken his units. So we go to Vampire Count's turn 2. He swings his Vargolf around. Here he made kind of a mistake. I think he thought he was putting his Vargolf in my flank. If you look at the very far left, it looks like a Elvis werewolf on the other side of the fungus forest. But my my Bestigors can actually see him. So as soon as I saw that, I was thinking, okay, I should be able to get the Vargulf off the table pretty quickly. I really don't know how I'm going to handle that Black Coach. Yeah, so it looks like that. So over here, he charged his Spirit Host and his Wraiths into my rightmost Gore unit. And that's just going to be really frustrating. I can't do any wounds to them. And so I'm starting with static combat res 5, and the only way I'm going to get them off the board is if they wound me less than that, and I can beat them through combat res. But those Spirit Hosts have 4 attacks each, so 12 attacks there. The Wraiths have 3 attacks each at strength 5. My only thought is I could charge a Chariot into both flanks, and that's plus 3 static combat res next time, and hopefully that might start popping them, but I really don't know. His rightmost unit charged my Raiders, and I went ahead and fled. I don't like how I stopped right before my Razorgore Chariot. And after combat, the Spirit Host / Wraith unit beat my Gores in combat, but I was steadfast on an 8 rerollable. I failed them both, ran right off the board. It took the Spirit Host into my Harpies. The Wraiths are stopped an inch away from my one of my level 2s, and one of my Tuskor Chariots failed its panic test and ran away. That isn't horribly unlucky. I'm not too surprised failing 2 8s in a row. That's going to happen. But it's really disapparent that I don't have any way of dealing with these ethereal units. We go to Beastman turn 2. You can see I pull my General out of the Gore unit. So he actually has the Flock of Doom as well as the Amber Spear. So he's going to pick on the Wraiths over there. You can see at the top middle, I charge my Doombull into his Ghoul unit. I hope he doesn't issue challenges, and I can just get attacked by all those ghouls and make a lot of 1-up armor saves and then tear that BSB to shreds. But that's not going to happen. He's going to issue a challenge with his Ghast. Anyway, the right looks like this. You can see my Raiders rally, and I moved my Razorgore Chariot back 7 inches, and my Tuskor Chariot rallied. So I thought that was nice. Took my level 2 Shadow Mage and moved him around the Wraith so they couldn't charge me his next turn. And we go into here, and the counter for a Doombull is regeneration. I went in there with 6 attacks at strength 6 on a champion, and I did 1 wound. And yeah. Over here, my Bestigors did charge his Vargulf. Actually, he only killed 2 or 3 of my guys. I didn't wound him as much as I thought I would, but still beat him through static combat res, made him pop. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. In the magic phase, my mage was level 4, was able to get rid of the Wraiths, so they're gone, thank goodness. Over here on the left of my Bestigors, after I popped the Vargulf, we just reformed. And this is my Doombull, thank goodness, passing. I don't know what I lost by, but he stuck amazingly. So yeah, I was very, very disappointed doing 1 wound. I had a charge and a wound, and he had static combat res, 5? So I lost by 3. It was crazy that I passed it. And I didn't even bother moving my Battle Standard Bearer closer because I thought that he just had a real good chance of winning combat, or at least doing well enough that I should pass easily enough. So anyway, yeah, hoping he can do better next round of combat. Over here, Spirit Host easily makes short work of my Harpies, and he tried to restrain but couldn't, so he pursued him off the board. And we go to Vampire Counts turn 3. Really not a whole lot of movement. I think there's a lot of failed charges, to be honest. I'm pretty sure the Black Coach tried to charge the Harpies and failed. Over here, his skeletons on the right charge my Raiders. I don't know if I purposely fled or if I failed my terror test. Either way, I ran barely any at all, and he failed to catch me, which was nice. Otherwise, his general with the Graveguard, I think they even failed to charge. So during the magic phase, his Black Coach gets the remaining 2 power levels through his power dice, and so he is now flying ethereal. He Van Helsed them, and it took everything I could do to stop that spell, and then he just cast it again and got a Van Helsed in my unit. So again, I can only beat him through static combat res. I'll be at 5. I just need him to do less than 5 wounds. So during the shooting phase, his Banshee, which is 1 unit over, screamed backwards at my Doombull and did 3 wounds on him. And I'm thinking, that's brilliant. That's how you take care of the Doombull. He's locked in combat, and you just shoot at him. So over here, the Black Coach did more than 5 wounds. It won combat. I was steadfast on a 7 and failed it. So that's, yeah, I mean, that's the game. I'm not going to give up, see what we can do, but that's the game. So when all is said and done, he didn't kill my Doombull in combat, but broke him through static combat res. I think I did. He raised his gas, so I had the damn gassed again in combat. I think I did 1 or 2 wounds. He still won combat, broke him, ran him down. And we go to Beastman turn 3. So I know I can't win. Let's just do what we can. So charge 3 chariots into his Graveguard, which actually felt awesome. Charge my horde into his ghouls along with a Razor Gore. I don't like my odds on that straight up, but I have a magic phase. I'm hoping I can get some buffs off and maybe help out there. I really need things like the -1 to hit and maybe +1 strength and toughness. I need to get lucky here. This is general, so if I can pop this whole unit, if I can pop this whole unit, that at least helps out. I'm not sure that's going to win me the game, but it certainly helps. So when all's said and done, I think I rolled about average on impact hits. Anyway, I did. He had combat res, popped him down to 2 wounds, which he kept on his general. And if I'd done 1 more wound, that would translate into an extra combat res wound. Would have killed his general, popped the whole unit. As it is, he's sitting there. Now he's going to kill my chariots. 1 chariot overran into one of the corpse carts. It doesn't really matter. It was still pretty nice to see what 3 chariots can do into the front of an elite unit, and it almost worked there. So over here, yeah, he just rolled all 5s and 6s and totally tore apart my guys, broke them, ran them down, and then that was just the end of the game. It was over for a long time. Some great lessons learned. The Doombull is not indestructible. You can't just throw him out there, especially against regen and without a reroll nearby and with no static combat res on his side. So nice lesson learned. He did well a few games ago against Savage Orcs, but obviously he can't be as cavalier with them as I was. And yeah, just overall, the 3 big horde units, I had to take 1 horde to the left to take care of his Vargulf. Now they're outside the BSB reroll, and so they were susceptible to to a bad round of combat. So just an absolutely devastating game. The biggest thing I took away from it, though, was kind of a meta game problem, and that is, especially with the new Vampire Counts book coming out in a week, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more ethereal units in the Vampire Counts army, and so you can't show up to a game with no way to deal with them. In this game, I had the Doombull, and that's it, and I would hate to waste the Doombull just going after ethereal things. So yeah, it's not easy with the Beastman army to do that. So after this game, I tweaked my list to put another character with a magic sword, just so it's a better all-comers list. But anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it.